Welcome back to BU, the place where you unlock your true potential. In this video, we will explore World War II, a powerful chapter in world history. As you listen and read along, focus on vocabulary, pronunciation, and the rhythm of English. This guide will help you improve your language skills while learning something truly fascinating. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give this video a like, so you never miss out on interesting history videos like this one. Now, let's dive into one of the most powerful stories in history, World War II. Chapter 1, The Rise Before the Storm. After the end of World War I, the world hoped for peace, but peace was fragile. The Treaty of Versailles had punished Germany harshly. Reparations were severe. National pride was shattered. Meanwhile, economies around the globe crumbled. In Germany, hyperinflation and unemployment destroyed hope. In that despair, dangerous ideologies took root. Adolf Hitler emerged, preaching nationalism, racial superiority, and vengeance. In Italy, Benito Mussolini promised revival. In Japan, militarists pushed for expansion to secure resources and prestige. Germany began to rearm secretly, violating the treaty's terms. Japan invaded Manchuria in 1931, then China in 1937, unleashing brutal campaigns. Italy attacked Ethiopia in 1935. These aggressive moves went mostly unchallenged. The League of Nations failed to respond effectively. Western democracies, still scarred by the First World War, chose appeasement. They hoped that conceding some demands would avoid war. But appeasement was a mistake. It only encouraged further aggression. Chapter 2, The World at War. On September 1st, 1939, Hitler invaded Poland. 2 days later, Britain and France declared war. The world had plunged into another great conflict. Germany's Blitzkrieg, or Lightning War, used tanks, aircraft, and mobile infantry. Poland was crushed in weeks. Soon after, Norway and Denmark fell. Then the Netherlands, Belgium, and France. Within a year, most of Western Europe was under Nazi control. The speed and scale of conquest shocked the world. Britain stood alone. The Battle of Britain began, a relentless aerial assault. German bombers targeted cities, ports, and airfields. Yet the Royal Air Force, with bravery and innovation, held firm. Civilians sheltered underground. London burned, but Britain did not break. Across the world, Japan advanced through Asia. In 1940, it joined Germany and Italy in the Tripartite Pact. On December 7, 1941, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, bringing the United States into the war. Now, it truly became a world war. Chapter 3, Turning Tides. By 1942, the Axis powers controlled vast territories, but cracks began to form. In the Soviet Union, Hitler's Operation Barbarossa had advanced deep into the country, but winter came. The Battle of Moscow was a setback. Then came Stalingrad, one of the bloodiest battles in history. Soviet troops encircled the Germans, fighting street by street. The Red Army prevailed. It was a monumental turning point. In North Africa, the Allies, under generals like Montgomery and Eisenhower, pushed back German forces led by Owen Rommel, the Desert Fox. By 1943, the Axis was driven out of Africa. In the Pacific, the United States scored a crucial victory at the Battle of Midway, destroying 4 Japanese aircraft carriers. Island by island, Allied forces began their long journey toward Japan. In Italy, the Allies landed in Sicily and then the mainland. Mussolini was arrested. Italy switched sides, although German forces continued to resist. The Italian campaign was slow and bloody but strategic. Then came Operation Overlord, D-Day, June 6, 1944. Allied troops stormed the beaches of Normandy under heavy fire. Thousands died, but they secured a foothold. From there, Western Europe was gradually liberated. Chapter 4, The Final Push. In late 1944, Germany launched a surprise counterattack in the Ardennes, the Battle of the Bulge. It was their last major offensive. Allied troops held firm. By early 1945, the end was near. Soviet forces surged from the east. Cities fell one after another. Berlin was surrounded. Inside a bunker beneath the city, Hitler took his own life. On May 8, 1945, Germany unconditionally surrendered. The war in Europe was over. Victory in Europe Day. But in the Pacific, the war raged on. The battles of Iwo Jima and Okinawa showed Japan's determination. Casualties were staggering. Each island brought Allied forces closer to the Japanese mainland. Faced with the possibility of millions of additional deaths, the U.S. made a fateful choice. 2 atomic bombs were dropped, first on Hiroshima, then on Nagasaki. The devastation was unlike anything the world had seen. On August 15, 1945, Japan surrendered. World War II had ended. Chapter 5, Aftermath and Legacy. The cost was unimaginable. Over 70 million dead. Cities reduced to rubble. Families shattered. Economies broken. Yet, from devastation came determination. The United Nations was established to prevent another global catastrophe. Trials at Nuremberg held leaders accountable for crimes against humanity. The Holocaust showed the horrific depths of racism and authoritarianism. 6 million Jews were murdered, along with millions of others. Romani people, disabled individuals, political prisoners. All were victims of the Nazi regime's hatred. Germany and Japan were occupied and rebuilt. With American aid, known as the Marshall Plan, Western Europe recovered. Japan became a democracy. Germany was divided, and so began the Cold War. The U.S. and the Soviet Union, once allies, became rivals. The world was split between capitalism and communism. Nuclear weapons became symbols of power and fear. A new era had begun. Chapter 6, The Human Experience. Beyond leaders and battles. World War II was a human story. Families separated by borders. Children sent away to escape bombings. Women entered factories, farms, and front lines. Resistance fighters sabotaged enemy plans. Prisoners survived camps with courage that defies description. In every country, ordinary people performed extraordinary acts. Nurses carried the wounded to safety. Citizens risked their lives to hide neighbors. Artists chronicled truth through photographs, paintings, and words. Their voices echo through time. This was also a war of innovation. Radar code-breaking and rockets changed warfare. The Enigma code was cracked by brilliant minds like Alan Turing. The Manhattan Project opened the atomic age. These advances shaped not just victory, but the post-war world. For the millions displaced, refugee camps became homes. Entire generations rebuilt from nothing. From ruins, cities rose. From heartbreak, communities healed. Slowly, a new world emerged, more aware, more cautious, still deeply scarred. Conclusion: the lessons of war. World War II is not just a series of events. It is a story of choices, consequences, and courage. It teaches that silence can be dangerous. That hate, when allowed to grow, can become a global tragedy. But it also shows us the strength of unity, sacrifice, and resilience. To the brave soldiers who fought, to the civilians who endured, to the millions who perished, we owe remembrance. May we learn from history, not repeat it. Let us value peace, protect democracy, and stand against tyranny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a story. Drop a comment, and let me know what you found most interesting. Thanks for watching, and keep learning.